On August 9, 1945, Nagasaki was struck by an atomic bomb. 6 days later, Japan declared its unconditional surrender, and the war of aggression ended in the total defeat of militarism. Today, the Japanese people call for peace and resist military expansion, while their government presses ahead with arms build-up, distorts historical facts, clings to the one-sided narrative of victimhood, and evades responsibility for its crime of aggression. We must remember history and stay alert to the risk of potential conflict. At the Nagasaki Memorial Ceremony, Prime Minister Sane Takaichi delivered a speech that never once addressed the future of the 3 non-nuclear principles, offering only the vague remark that Japan upholds them for now. What does that mean? It means there is no guarantee of going forward. Japanese media themselves have revealed that Tokyo plans to revise its 3 core national security documents this year, fielding public concern that Japan will effectively loosen its commitment under the 3 non-nuclear principles to not introducing nuclear weapons into Japan. Once the commitment loses its real binding force, it means U.S. nuclear weapons could be deployed to Japan. A country that has suffered nuclear attack is now voluntarily opening the door to them. This is not peace. It's abandoning its own bottom line. But this is only the first layer. Outside the ceremony, 128 local assemblies across Japan have submitted a record number of formal statements of opposition. The Japanese public chants in unison. Don't drag Japan into war. But the Takaichi administration is deaf to it. Not just deaf, it is stepping on the accelerator. The recently released defense white paper designates China in black and white as an unprecedented and greatest strategic challenge. What does unprecedented mean? It is the most confrontational official characterization Japan has issued since the end of World War II. But who has China threatened? China has never deliberately targeted its military forces at Japanese home islands, nor has it actively created regional tensions. Japan, on the other hand, has increased its defense spending for 5 consecutive years, aiming to build long-range missiles and purchase offensive weaponry. It's a classic case of the thief crying "stop thief," flipping the blame onto the victim. This is the second layer. If military expansion is an open strike, then historical reversionism is a hidden blade. The Nagasaki Atomic Bomb Museum is set to undergo its first major overhaul in 30 years, and it intends to rename the Nanjing Massacre to the Nanjing Incident. The wording may differ only slightly, but the meaning is worlds apart. Massacre is organized, premeditated, inhuman slaughter. What is an incident? Such a trivializing euphemism. The judgment of Tokyo trials use massacre. UNESCO use massacre. What Japan wants to change is not a word, it's the crime itself. Yet the evidence is ironclad. The historical facts of 300,000 victims cannot be erased. Across the land of Jilin province, equally undeniable evidence of these crimes remains. The Fengman mass grave, which records the blood and tears of tens of thousands of Chinese laborers enslaved and persecuted. The Liaoyuan World War II Allied officers POW camp, which witnessed the suffering of Allied commanders from multiple nations, imprisoned and tortured by Japanese troops. The historical sites aimed at the White Mountains and Black Waters of northeast China bear silent witness. This is the third layer. From denying aggression to diluting crimes, step by step, making history disappear. What is Japan's logic right now? I was hit by an atomic bomb. Therefore, I am the only nation to have suffered an atomic bombing. Therefore, my military expansion and development of defense capabilities are all self-defense. Therefore, my rewriting of history and downplaying of crimes are all internal affairs. This victimhood logic is shameless and dangerous. Nagasaki endured the catastrophe of atomic bomb, and that pain should serve as a warning to all humanity to stay far from the flames of war. The irony is that while Japan remembers the suffering of the bombing, it simultaneously pushes military expansion, undermines its nuclear commitments, and downplays its crime of aggression. The post-war order established by the unconditional surrender must not be challenged. Double standard cannot hold up to security, and the hypocritical mask of peace will eventually be torn off.